Hello friends, this is Coldrun, back with Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. We are here in the Great Work in Thavnair, and we have Pigeon the Chocobo and the Emperor Squirrel, who I'm just going to go with Risai, are right behind me, keeping me company. Hopefully getting along with each other. So, the next step here is search for Nidhana. At the mere mention of Nidhana's name, Mattia... Right, Nidhana is an alchemist, a Matanga alchemist that Mattia has a giant, delightful elephant crush on. Let's go find her. So I think, is this her? Maybe this is her, or this is just another Arkasodara who's passed out. Let's check with the others here. Estinien. If there was a battle, there's a conspicuous lack of blood. Oh shit, I thought she was just like asleep. Now I see the other bodies here. It's tough to see at night. Oriange. In such a manner did we find them. What could have befallen these people? Thancred? What in the world? If she's hurt, Mattia is going to be so upset. I can't tell him. I must hide the truth from him. They're actually dead, are they? Wow. Okay, I actually regret...
What happened here?
I regret making fun of them just a second ago. Weird, but I know it's just a game, but I honestly do.
Their dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison.
Oh shit, were they tempered or something?
Thinkest thou they but slumber?
I seriously doubt that.
I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
Who is this?
We have guests.
Uh-oh.
You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and longer nights have taken their toll, as you can see.
So are they just tired from... Do they just work themselves to death? Like, not to death, but like, to exhaustion? You don't seem that worried.
I am Vashan, servant to the satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women, if you will allow.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. All my theories are gone. You really don't seem worried, but they're just like lying out in the middle of the place, but...
Work. I come bearing new scales.
Scales?
Her voice is so high and sweet.
We have new scales?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Friends. Gather round. I have them right here.
I'm concerned because the vibe I'm getting right now is very Shadowbringers. It's very like meal. I have the feeling of Varshan bringing meal to Varshan as the jesters, Zorn and Thorn or whatever their names were in the game, bringing meal to the poor people waiting outside the city. I don't think that's what's going on, but that's the immediate vibe I get.
Now I can continue my experiment.
Many thanks.
One for me.
Yeah, Estinien's suspicious too.
Scales.
Oh, that's why he's suspicious.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
They really had just passed out, but you were like, I'm going to wake them up by mentioning... This is weird. This is very weird.
We are fortunate to have them. Our experiments are so close to bearing fruit. Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower.
Okay, so no, you're all working in tandem on this. You're just, I mean, honestly, I think you should, rather than just bringing them scales, like find them a place to sleep outside the rain, maybe, or out of the rain. I mean.
Did I say something wrong? Are you not here with Varshan? Wait, who are you people? the one Cryo sent. The warrior of light we've been waiting for.
Oh, this is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderuva!
Right, Cinderuva is the I want to get the names right. The Minutia of alchemy.
The winds have shifted. I feel it. The end to our toil is near.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
Curious that it concerns you so.
So, it is you seem skeptical. Are you... I just hope you're not torturing dragons. That's all I hope.
But worry not. They were freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
Okay, okay, okay. I still don't trust you at all. I trust you 0%, Vaoshan. No, I don't trust you 0%. I trust you like 40%. I do think there's actually a reasonable chance that you're not sinister, but I don't know. I'm paranoid.
You must be quite familiar with Dragon King, yes?
Were you invisible?
Is this their congealed blood I see on your weapon?
Oh no, everyone's just super like excited, like cartoonishly excited for him.
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused with it, have you not?
Oh god, Estinien's going to be test patient 0 if he stays here any longer.
I should like to draw a file or two, if so.
This is not the face you want to see of someone who's asking to draw blood from you. It's not.
Now, see here.
No, consent.
Come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory.
Cease your shoving, or so help me.
And I know that he's like going. If he were actually, I think he's just like a bit freaked out. He's okay with this.
What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement. No harm will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, shall we find a quiet place to talk?
Yeah, let's. I assume that you're what's her name? Yeah, Nidhana.
I am Nidhana, the alchemist who sent the request to your mistress Cryo. We have workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the great work, where I collate our results. Come with me, all of you, and I can explain the crux of the situation.
Excellent. Okay, this whole situation was set up as something really sinister. I mean, I thought they were dead at first. I mean, I thought they were dead at second, but yeah, no, it seems like this is better. This is going better. Now, this must be their workshop, and boy, is this a cool workshop. I like again, the colors of this place are just mind-blowing. They really are. If this is... It feels weird to say I've been sleeping on India, but like, I don't know. India's never been a place I've thought about wanting to visit or see, but if this is drawing at all from like Indian architecture and Indian art styles and color scheme, this is gorgeous. This is really gorgeous. Let's talk to some of the folks around here. Apasa. I cannot see this sinister-looking spire while I'm working, but it is always there, lurking in the back of my mind. Yeah, it's kind of always there. Now, no, never mind. I'll come back to that later. Amra. Picked an odd time to be traveling, didn't you? Well, if there's anything you need to know, ask away. I like that these are not given overly deep voices. That I can just kind of give them more, I don't know, more voices more within my range. I am one of many alchemists who live and work here. I was once a botanist, but I found alchemy calling to me every time I came by to deliver ingredients. Though I had first struggled with even the most basic alchemical compounds, I have somehow managed to earn my place at the great work. There is always a need to improve the science and the self, however. And this is the great work, then. This is the great work, first built by the Daimir family, a line of renowned alchemists. Now people come from across the land to study and practice the science of alchemy in these halls. Each alchemical concoction has a storied history behind it, but we are not simply content to rest on the laurels of the past. We're ever improving and inventing new formulas for the benefit of all. Okay. Very cool. I'm very happy with these. This, God, I want to physically be in this place. It must smell bizarre. Like all like the chemical compounds like floating in the air. This thing, this place is, I want to be here. Maravet. They say that who are you? Yep. They say that horrible fiends have been seen flying out of that tower. I'm preparing antidotes for the radiant host in the event that some of them might be venomous. That's smart. And your headgear is amazing. Your whole costume is amazing. Everything about you is amazing. Yeah, okay. No, you're just an elephant doing some stirring. Gently, gently. Remember what happened last time. Oh shit. Take care, friend. Thancred. Or no, let's talk with Varshan first. Please pray me no mind. I am here that I may be of service, nothing more. Now my distrust of you has gone up even more. I think I trust you now 20% instead of 40%. Thancred. Oh, for the days when I enjoyed such fervent adoration. But on this occasion I am glad to entrust the burden of popularity to Estinien. Yeah, I hope he's okay. I'm sure he's fine. Uriandre. 'Tis said that shellfish is ideal for those who have suffered blood loss. Mayhap we should have acquired some from Matsya. Yeah, it sounds like, I mean, I assume they'll treat him okay, but yeah, Estinien might be down a few pints. Nidhana. There's also the possibility that his whole, oh god, I can't remember now, the servant, the kid, the suspicious kid over there, the sussy kid, that he was, like, he was saying, it's curious why you would be asking about the dragon, like, not because, like, we're prying into things that he'd rather keep secret, but because, like, he started to smell maybe there was something dragony about Estinien that they could use, which would be a much more innocent explanation. Nidhana. Allow me to thank you for answering our call. Many towers have appeared around the world, and we are grateful that you would assist with ours. Thancred. Though Kryl herself is tied up with another investigation, Kukushu is an eminently capable substitute, and we will spare no effort to aid you. So, if I understand correctly, you seek to make talismans that can nullify etheric emissions. Nidhana. Indeed we do. As you know, the tower emits vast concentrations of ether. One cannot go anywhere near it without being tempered. I didn't even think of it as being like a chemical thing. I always thought of just being magical, but of course they're tied up in this world, in this game. As such, we can only study the tower from afar and are powerless to deal with it in any consequential way. In order to strike back, the satrap bade us alchemists create enchanted talismans. Talismans that will allow our soldiers to venture into the tower, even should they lack innate protection. That would be brilliant. Yeah, Uriandre, could such a thing be possible? Nidhana. Admittedly, we are still in the midst of testing, but we are quite confident. Even prior to this, our people have long pursued countermeasures against the etheric corruption of primals. That's right, of course I wonder if there's going to be an evil sect of Matanga that, like, are trying to bring the primals, trying to summon their gods as primals. Not evil, but, you know. I don't know what the term is. It's not evil, but something like that. Corrupted or led down the wrong path, sort of thing. Nidhana. Of the methods tested to date, those utilizing dragon scales prove the most promising. Owing to their etheric density, the scales are highly resistant to disruptive forces. The mightier the dragon, the greater the resistance. We seek to amplify this protective property through our alchemy. But we do know that, I mean, I was about to say it's from Tristana, that's a League of Legends character, from Tiamat, that even dragons can be corrupted. But I guess Tiamat that's like saying, I don't know, like, they could still be resistant to it even if, like, an atomic bomb drops on them and still affects them the way that Bahamut affected Tiamat. Thanks to the scales provided by His Excellency, we have been able to make steady progress with the talisman. Soon we will be ready to conduct a field test, and here is where you and your blessing of light come in. Whatever it is, just leave it to me. What exactly is it you need me to do? Better than having my blood drawn, I suppose. I'm okay with getting my blood drawn if need be. I'm not super as afraid of it as I would have been years ago. Nidhana, nothing complicated, I assure you. We ask only that you serve as an escort. I will explain in greater detail later, but you will be venturing into the tower's field of influence. And so, for your own safety, I would first test how well your blessing shields you. With your permission, of course. Oh yeah, thank you for your asking for permission. Unlike the people who just dragged off poor Estinien. Thancred. In that case, Urianger and I will find other ways to make ourselves useful. Seeing as you all work to the point of collapse, I suspect you could do with more hands. Nidhana, we would be grateful for any assistance you can provide. If you are ready, then let us put your blessing to the proof. If you exit the great work and turn south, there will be a hill to the right. I will meet you at the top and after seeing to some preparations. I wish I could convey my good wishes from Matsya. I'm fully on board the good. Well, no, I'm mostly on board. I'm not fully on board this on that ship yet because I don't know how she feels about how Nidhana feels about it. But I'd be happy if that were a thing. Drunken Deepa. What's Drunken Deepa? Is that? Looks like a lantern. You see a lantern designed in the local style. Why is it called Drunken Deepa? Nidhana, I hope you didn't have trouble finding this place or climbing the hill. Not all are accustomed to the physical strain. No, I'm good. I give you the fruit of our sweat, tears, and many a sleepless night, the Drunken Deepa. A Deepa is a lantern presented to the gods as an offering. Taking inspiration from the tradition, we created this device to test the talisman's efficacy. I'm Googling this. Wiki Deepa. Deepa was a bloodthirsty sociopath. No, that's a villain from Naruto. Deepa is a popular Hindi feminine name meaning lamp or light. Okay, so it probably is. Probably does have that meaning. Upon activation, it will move a certain distance before emitting a powerful blast of ether. In lieu of corruption, those lacking sufficient protection will experience severe ether sickness. Okay, so this is your test. For your test, you will be exposed 4 times. That should be enough to ascertain your blessing's protective capability. Please begin whenever you're ready. I shall be observing from a safe distance. Do you want to get to your safe distance? Nidhana, to reduce the risk of accidental exposure, the Drunken Deepa will emit a blast only after it has moved a certain distance. Follow it closely and bathe in the ether 4 times. Okay, so it's going to walk away, I guess, on its own. Commencing etheric exposure testing. Repeat, commencing etheric exposure testing. Retreat to safe distance if you are not the subject. All right, follow the Drunken Deepa's lead and try not to fall behind. All right, I am on your tail, Drunken Deepa. Kind of cute. Look how it bounces along. Readying ether, please stand back. No, I won't stand back. I'll stand right here. Readying ether, please stand back. Oh, maybe I do have to stand back, I guess. Ready to discharge, test. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Warning, discharging ether. You're struck by a powerful blast of ether, but suffer no ill effects. I guess we should have... yeah, that's expected. Subject has no irrepressible urge to empty their stomach. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow. Lead on, friend. Second time, I'm good. You're struck by another powerful blast of ether, but suffer no ill effects. Subject stomach and bowel integrity holding. Confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow. You're struck by yet another powerful blast of ether, but suffer no ill effects. The blessing of light appears to be keeping you safe from harm. I'm worried about this 4th one, then. The fact that it said appears to be keeping you safe from harm. I don't know. Subject fortitude rated. Impressive. No irregularities confirmed. Resuming test. Please follow and brace for final discharge. Yeah, me after Chipotle. Why did I say that out loud? Freaking recording gets me, like, saying things I wouldn't usually say. Okay, final test here coming. You're struck by the strongest blast of ether, but survive completely unscathed. Yeah, of course. Etheric exposure testing concluded. Please collect and deliver me to the supervising alchemist. Congratulations on retaining your composure and your humors. And your lunch. I guess that was implied. We did it, Nidhana. Ah, you've returned and not on your knees. A promising sign. But come, let me take the Deepa off your hands. Drunken Deepa. Having exhausted all of its ether, the drunken Deepa is now having a well-earned rest. I like that it's treated with respect. Thank you. I shall replenish its ether for when we test the talisman. So, no dizziness, nausea, or anything of the sort? You're feeling perfectly fine? Yes, I am. I'm doing great. Then the strength of your blessing is beyond doubt. There is no risk that the tower will corrupt your ether. With this, we can request your aid for the task ahead with easy hearts. Bum, 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 bum. Looking for any side quests. Nothing that pops up immediately that I can see. Okay. Shadowed footsteps. Nidhana regards you with those eyes you could drown in. Yes, Matsya. The spirit of Matsya, we're embodying it. You're a capable warrior too, are you not? Would you be amenable to assisting me with another errand? You see, our talisman requires the use of a special link, but we have exhausted our stores of a key ingredient for it, spiritweed. The herb grows not far from here, and I would like to go and harvest some. Along with a recent spate of kidnappings, however, we Arkasodara travel alone at our peril. Will you not come with me as my escort? I will, and I will be happy to do so, and I will tell Matsya not to read anything into it. I would compensate you for your troubles, of course. Oh, thank you, I'm in your debt. Without further ado, let us head to Kajaya's footsteps. It is situated on the road which runs east of the Great Work. Let's go. So this is Kajaya's footsteps. No, this is west of Kajaya's footsteps. Where are we actually? The perfumed your eyes. Nidhana. I may simply be imagining it, but I feel as though we're being followed. You're probably not imagining it. Look out, Kakushu. Tempered Imperials? Yep, Tempered Imperials. Target found, subdue, and capture. Because this is something I guess I don't really know. Was this recently Imperial land? Like, was this... I don't get the sense this was, like, recently an Imperial colony or anything. And so them coming here is like a new thing, right? It's just coming with the Talaferoi? That's my understanding, at least. Let me take a look at something real quick. Ilsabard. No, I mean, Ilsabard is really... I mean, this is straight up, like, in Garlemald's reach. It's closer than Girabania. I really don't know. I don't get the sense this was an Imperial colony, though, so maybe they stayed free of it. But if Doma and Authard was an Imperial colony, how could this place have stayed free of it? I'm sure I'm mistaken on something of this here. Nidhana. Gods, but that gave me a fright. To think the moment I ventured outside the safety of the work. Thank the sisters I asked you to come with me. You're all right, I hope. I'm totally fine. That was no problem. Good, good. Let us continue on then. It isn't far now. Just through these pillars and up the rise. We're arriving at what is it? Kajaya? Kajaya's footsteps, which looks like... I don't know. Temple is my immediate thought, but I could be wrong. Nidhana. And here we are, Kajaya's footsteps. Kajaya was a great dancer, and those who follow her in her, well, you know, they come to this place to train and dedicate their dance to their ancestors. Okay, so it's kind of a combination training hall and sort of a temple. A happy benefit of this is that the spirit weed grows here in abundance. I will set about harvesting at once, if you would be so good as to stand guard. The kidnappers aren't likely to return soon, but better safe than sorry. Yeah, I don't think the kidnappers are intelligent. I think they're like mindless zombie sort of things. I don't think they're pursuing you specifically, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Yeah, look, this is a very cool place. So this is where the dance is done. Kind of a lotus flower shape here in the middle. Overlooking whatever's to the north here. What is that? Is that the main city? I don't know. I was going to say, is that... What actually is that on the map? That looks like it's a temple. Wow. Okay. The view here is just... Again, those purple cliffs. Is that... Do rocks actually come in that color? Like purple... I don't know. Like in our world, I mean. Of course, in this game they do. But in our world, do they come in that color? How you doing, Nidhana? I'll gather the herb as quickly as I can. Please stand guard for me. Oh, sorry. I wasn't trying to hustle you up.
Yes,
Those are
that
elephant
Raj and
noses,
Han.
trunks.
Hardly anyone has been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began.
So that is Radzat-Han. That's what I was thinking at first. That's why I was surprised it was a temple, just a temple of something.
The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce has all but ground to a standstill. I pity the satrap, the trials he must be facing.
I hope the satrap isn't, like, evil. I don't know, I really do. I hope... Do you trust the satrap? Yeah. I mean, of course you trust the satrap. She said she pities his trials.
Completely. Without the satrap and his line, Radzat-Han would not exist.
I'm immediately suspicious of the satrap. Just because almost all types of what's the word? Of, like, authoritarianism in this game have been really, have been suspect as heck. Even, I'm thinking of the Pope, I'm thinking of the Emperor, not the Pope, the Archbishop. And even Nanamo is like an exception to that, but just because she's a benevolent ruler, even she acknowledged that it's not a good system. We'll see.
Long ago, this island was home to two tribes of Matanga, the Gajasura and the Arkasodra.
Gajasura. Okay.
When the Aura came to these shores, it was the Arkasodra with whom they joined forces.
Arkasodra.
Together they defeated the war like Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether.
So the Gajasura were the Arkasodra and the Gajasura. So the Gajasura were are the ones that ended up going to what the heck is it called? That ended up going to like the Azim Steppe, I guess.
Peace and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjor from the mainland decided they wanted the island for themselves.
Friggin' Hjor.
It was a direct ancestor of the present satrap who arbitrated that conflict and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today.
Oh wow. Okay, actually, so this is a leader that has a history of, well, it's a direct ancestor of the present satrap. So it's still a hereditary monarchy, basically, or satrapy.
A member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the state is run by the people. But when problems arise, It is the satrap who mediates the solution.
So it's more like a constitutional satrapy?
The stability provided by the satrap is what has allowed Radzat Han to thrive all these years.
Okay. And so this is like the position that...
And it was the satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our countrymen.
Until this angle, I didn't know that the mouths were animated, and it's amazing. I love it. I really do. Yeah, she really cares for them. I mean, she really cares for him and for her purpose here.
What is the delay with the vessel? I told you I need to adjust those ratios.
Oh god, who's the sinister person that's watching over this? Is this Fandaniel?
I come all
Yeah.
this way to admire one of my splendid towers, and what do I find? Fools attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic trinkets.
I haven't seen you in a while,
I
Fandaniel.
seem to recall a similar experiment in ages past. What was that man's name?
Someone who tried to ward off etheric? I don't know. I don't know who he's talking about.
Owen?
Owen. The name's really familiar to me. I don't know why it's ringing a bell, but it is. Owain? Who's Owain?
Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail?
This is frustrating me. Owain, where do I know Owain from? I think from a past Final Fantasy game, maybe?
Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive to my plans.
Alright, I'm Googling this because, again, this is FF Owain. Owain was... That's why I know the name. Owain was Cyan's kid. Yeah, Owain was Cyan's kid. I'm not gonna... I don't know if there's a further reference, but that's the only Owain I know from Final Fantasy VI.
And yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat with the limited knowledge and resources at their disposal?
Is his voice different now than it was a second ago?
Complications be damned, for we cannot escape the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
Yeah, I think... Did they just change voice actors for this guy? I feel like they did. Yeah, so he's curious about what they're going to do. I don't get Fandaniel yet. I'm not supposed to get him yet. I don't think he's just going to be mwahaha nihilism. I think there's going to be more to him than that. I just don't know what. Alright, Nidhana. I have enough spirit to last us a good while. Thank you for keeping watch. Let us head back to the great work, shall we? Do let's. Ooh, now I see fates here, like Return of the Tyrant. This one I'm going to check. Oh, that's going to be too late. It's going to be gone by the time I get there. But I see like level 85 fates, and I've seen those crop up before. I assume that that means, much like Labyrinthos, that I'm going to be limited in what I can explore in this initial venture into this place, and that I'll only be able to access the kind of the other half of it later. Hello again, Nidhana. Kokushu, my thanks for your assistance. With your help, we're that little bit closer to completing our talisman. This isn't much, but please accept it as a token of my gratitude. Okay. A little bit of gil, I will take it. And look at this host of stuff that popped up. Okay, before we continue with this next thing, let's check out some of these side quests. Again, because I'm really enjoying the pace of just doing side quests as I go. I'm going to start, I think, with I don't know, let's start with the smaller ones rather than the plus sign one that I expect to be a longer chain. Mostly because I don't have that much time left for this session. Timid Arcosodra. A nose for trouble. The timid Arcosodra is in need of protection. I will help you. You look pretty strong. Do you... Oh, you know what? Do you think you could help me? I do think I could help you. I need someone to guard me while I gather Agni grass for my medicines. Its scent is difficult to follow, even for we Arcosodra. I can't concentrate and watch my back at the same time. Please, I'm afraid some beast will strike me while my guard is down. No beast will strike you while I am with you, my Matanga friend. I'm in your debt. I will sniff out some Agni grass, so follow me. Let's go smoke some grass. Oh my god, it just hit me. I was saying before how this place must smell amazing. I see now why this whole section is called the Perfumed Rise. I'll bet that's largely because this is like the fumes from the great works are like suffusing this place. That makes sense. That would make sense. Timid Arcosodra. Snuffle. There, it's faint, but I can smell the grass from that way. Let's go. Run, my Matanga friend. Timid Arcosodra. This is it, Agni grass. I'll grab a few bundles, you keep watch. I'd hate to get eaten so close to my goal. I'd hate to get eaten ever. Getting eaten sounds like a horrific way to die. I mean, if it's alive. If it's dead, then, no, I guess it doesn't matter as much. There. I took out one measly Pisaka. Timid Arcosodra. Thank you for watching over me. I've got all sorts of ingredients, even more than I hoped for. All thanks to you. If you weren't here, I would have been too scared to... What was that? Perhaps we should continue our talks back at the great work. Okay. We've returned to the timid Arcosodra. Whew, we made it back in one piece. I really can't thank you enough. With your brawn and my nose, I got enough Agni grass to solve a whole army's digestive issues. Having olfactory senses 5 times as strong as your average Midlanders comes in handy sometimes. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, yeah, timid Arcosodra. This place can be a bit much though. So many smells mingling and clashing, and all of them so strong. Anyway, I thank you, kind adventurer. Please take this. Okay. We've helped you out, and I guess they really... do elephants have strong senses of smell? Again, I'm going to Google this. Do elephants have strong senses of smell? They do. Detecting water sources up to 12 miles away. What the fuck? Okay, well, that's going to be it for me for now on that fun fact. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time, where we side quest around the great work. Bye-bye.